As we've reported over the last week or so, KwaZulu-Natal severely impacted by heavy rains. It's resulted in wide-scale flooding that has killed over 6 people so far. The provincial disaster management teams are conducting mop-up operations and assessments in some of the hardest hit areas, which include eThekwini and surrounding districts. In Umlazi, residents of the Glebelands hostel are facing terrible conditions after infrastructure in the area was severely damaged. Parts of eThekwini right now without power. Newzroom Afrika's Nobuhle Modise is in Umlazi, Pila Duma is in Phoenix, and Nobuhle Modise is in Lamontville. We start with Nobuhle now. Nobuhle, good morning. You're at the Glebelands hostel. Tell us what the situation there, what the situation is like there now.
A very good morning, Iman. So cleanup operations are continuing here following that heavy rainfall where a mudslide occurred, and the houses that are at the bottom, or the flats that are at the bottom, are the ones that are severely affected. As you can see there's a tower of sand, meaning this mud was flowing all the way to here, pushed down some doors because there are some homes without doors at the moment, and most of these homes here at the bottom, Iman, have mud inside of them. Some of them just as high up as almost reaching neck level if you were inside. And so it's quite astounding that there hasn't been any fatalities from here. And just in front of me, this is where the mudslide actually occurred, and this is the infrastructure that has been, impacted by this. There's a water pipe that has burst, meaning that there isn't any water throughout the Glebelands hostel. There's another pipe there that's broken. We're unsure what that pipe is for, whether it's drainage or anything else. But as you can see, the situation right now, people are lining up to get water because there isn't any water available. As you can imagine, children have to go to school, people have to go to work, and they've been queuing up here trying to get water since the early hours of this morning. I want to bring into the conversation Usis Fezega Giela, who is one of the residents that live in the bottom here, and who has been cleaning out mud for the whole morning. And she was just explaining to me how difficult this situation is. I'm going to speak to her now. Siyabonga kakhulu Sis Fezeka. Mhlambe qala nje ngokusichazela ukuthi ulalephi.
Lale emnyango ngoba ezindlini akungeneki. Kugcwele udaka, kumoshekile, izinto ezingaphakathi angeke uzukwazi nokuthi uzikhiphe. Asina ngisho ukudla, izinto zokwembatha, izinto zokugqoka, akukho lutho olukhona ngaphakathi. Ugcwele udaka lodwa. Isho ingane esikoleni aziyi ngoba azikho ngisho impahla zesikolo. Izincwadi, izicathulo, ama-uniform akukho.
Manje sisifezeka mhlambe maybe asicele ekuqaleni usichazele ukuthi ubukuphi makwenzakala lokhu, nikhona ukuphuma kanjani, akekho umuntu mhlambe olimele.
Uqala besikendlini ngoba bekade imvula beyinetha. So ke ukunetha kwemvula sisaqhubeka thina salala ngoba sibone ngathi ayikho imvula engeke izowenza umonakalo. So ke sabe sesalala ke. Sithe masivula ngoba sivuse umuntu osinokhela endlini, sathi siyavula amanzi esegcwele ngaphakathi. Mangabe uthi uyavula isicapha ngoba yena esivusa njengoba amanzi esegcwele asakwazi ukuphuma. Mawuthi uvula isicapha amanzi ayangena ngaphakathi. Emva kwaloko sabe sesaphuma ngamawindi, izingane ziphume ngawo njengoba siqale ngoyedwa waphuma, sabe sesanikezelana ngeingane. Zaphuma ngamawindi, ingane zaya kwenye indawo. Lasifike zalala khona thina nje njengoba sibadala sikaze silale sithi siyazama ukukhipha amanzi akwenzeki lutho.
Yabonga Sis Fezeka. Sis Fezeka just number one was explaining to me, that they slept outside. As you know, this is a hostel, so there are many families that live inside here, so they couldn't be housed by anyone else, so they were forced to sleep outside right there. And she's explaining that when this happened, they were sleeping and they didn't really think much of the rain until someone came knocking on their door to inform them that, things are really bad. She said when she opened the door, that's when all the wet water came in. So the situation is quite different in the sense that it's not just water that they're dealing with. So the mud from up there is what came into the home. So what they're doing now is getting all that mud out. As you can see, just the tower of sand behind me, that's all coming from inside their homes. And it's quite, incredible, the resilience of people throughout, this week and the previous week. When you speak to people, they've lost absolutely everything. But it's quite incredible to see them, in such difficult circumstances, just also pushing forward and being solution driven instead of, feeling sorry for themselves, if I may put it that way. And this is what we've seen throughout. Even those who have lost loved ones, they are moving forward. They're worried about, where to from here and what they're going to be doing next. She was explaining to me that they haven't had any conversations with any officials from government with regards to where they will be housed. So, we know that the Human Settlements Department nationally has ensured that officials come onto the ground to ensure that those who are displaced are assisted. And it seems as if they haven't gotten to this part of eThekwini as yet.
Yeah, astonishing visuals there, Nobuhle, and the impact on life and well-being so well documented in that interview there. Community trying to pick up the pieces, as we've been saying, over the last few days in many areas hit by flooding in KwaZulu-Natal.